Hello everybody, it's Julia here from the Highly Sensitive Tarot, and I'm back today to do a lovely tag by the lovely Elizabeth at the More Intuitive Me. She tagged me to do her video, which is hashtag bling your decks, and I was really excited to do this. I don't have a huge amount of jewellery actually. I'm very much a silver person. I like silver. I think it suits my skin tone and my personality. I have a lot of bangles and a lot of earrings and a lot of pendants for necklaces, but that's really about it. For some of these prompts, I don't actually have any jewellery that fits, but I've done my best. I've noticed, I'm recording this on Tuesday, and I've noticed that a couple of people have done this tag already. The lovely Cara at Cara Tarot and lovely Julie at Peekaboo Rose, who I will endeavour to watch their videos as well. But I really enjoyed watching these. This is a very feminine tag, isn't it? So I've tried to go with decks that are very feminine. So I really carefully looked through my collection to find these decks. So the first prompt, without further ado, the first prompt is Pearls, a deck that helps you soften by connecting to the element of water and tapping into your intuition. Well, I don't have any pearls, but I thought I'd just put on the table these gorgeous, this gorgeous fluorite necklace that I have, that I don't wear very often, but I do sometimes. It's really, really long, and I twirl it round twice, but it's beautiful. So, and that makes me think of water, the lovely sort of greens, and it's like the little stones that you might find at the bottom of a river or something like that. So so I got out my fluorite necklace, and the deck that I've chosen for this is the Mystical Cats Tarot, which you might think is a very weird choice, but I think this is the first ever deck that I ever reviewed on my channel. I absolutely love it. I haven't read with it recently just because I've been so overwhelmed with so many other decks, but the suit of water in this deck is it's just, it really does help me tap into my intuition. It's beautiful. Look at this, look, it makes me smile. It really does soften me. Anything to do with cats really does soften me. I can tell, you know, I'm a Virgo through and through. I've got Virgo in 7 places in my chart, so I can be quite up in my head, if you know what I mean, very mercurial. But these cats, I mean, I'm just an absolute sucker for cats. So and whenever I look at these cups cards, the water cards in this deck, I'm just like, oh, look, oh. So I mean, look at them. Aren't they beautiful? Oh, they're just so furry and gorgeous. So anything to do with cats will always soften me and bring out my intuition. I'll just show you the cups cards from this deck. I think that's it, isn't it? How many have I got there? Yeah, and then we're up to the Hanged Man. So yeah, it's such a beautiful, beautiful little deck, isn't it? Okay, so the next prompt is a choker, a deck that helps you claim your voice and honour your truth. Now, I don't really have a proper choker, but this is about as close as I can get to it. This does fit very snugly round my neck, and I do wear this in the summer. It's got little jade beads and bits and pieces on it. It's very, very pretty. So that's about as close as I can come to a choker. And I chose the Goddess Dream Oracle for this. Like I said, I think this is a very feminine tag, so I've tried to choose a lot of, you know, cards, decks that reflect that goddess energy, and I think that this really does. This is a lovely deck. The keywords are really helpful. I find that I don't really need to use the book too much when I'm looking at this deck, which is always really helpful. I find that this deck really helps me to talk to myself and reassure myself about various things when I'm not sure. Sometimes I find it very difficult to be around people whose words and actions don't align, and I find that quite confusing sometimes. So and I've had somebody in my life like that recently that caused me quite a lot of angst and confusion, really. And I found this deck actually really did help me to feel sure of myself and to you know, to really look inside and feel what I was feeling, and to not be in my head, you know, to be in my heart and to be in my body, and you know, really kind of get in touch with how my nervous system was feeling, I guess, about these things. And it's just such a beautiful deck, isn't it? All the pinks and purples, and it's just lovely. So yeah, this is the Goddess Dream Oracle. Okay, so the next prompt is a tiara, and I don't have a tiara at all. I wish I did. Maybe I should get myself one. I could see myself in a tiara, actually. Yeah, I think that's quite a nice idea. So this is choose a deck that helps you step into that queen energy and lead with power and grace. And it had to be this, the Goddess Guidance Oracle Cards by Doreen Virtue. I have owned this since this deck was published, like, I don't know how many years ago, 25 years, something like that. It's such a pretty deck. Look, it's still all beautifully gilded. For me, this is my most queen-like deck, really. All of the goddesses here are queens in their own right, and they're just beautiful, aren't they? I mean, that's really all I've got to say. I mean, I don't know what else to say about this, really. This deck has never ceased to put me on the right path, to ground me, to give me courage in my convictions. The messages that I get from this deck are always spot on. It's just beautiful, isn't it? Yeah. Look at white Tara, look there. Sensitivity, so lovely. Such a nice deck. Aphrodite in a goddess. This card actually has really helped me in the past to sort of awaken that feminine energy in myself when I've felt low in myself and found it hard to express myself. She's all about dance and self-care and appreciating your divinity. So beautiful. So prompt number 4, where are we? Yeah, prompt number 4 is a cuff bracelet. And I have lots of these, actually. Let me just show you. These are my absolute favourites at the moment. I've been wearing these. I haven't taken them off, I don't think, in the past couple of years. That's shocking, isn't it? I just absolutely love them. Like I said, I love silver. I love the amethyst there. But I do have another cuff bracelet that's in here that's very precious to me, which is this one. I do wear this now and again if I'm going out. I just love silver cuff bracelets. I've got another one somewhere, but these are my favourites. They're beautiful. So the deck, this is a deck that helps you feel protected and stand in your power. And yeah, a deck that helps you feel protected and stand in your power. So I was getting muddled up with the decks there. So I've chosen The Rooted Woman for this, which is by Sharon Blackie and Hannah Willow. I love Hannah's artwork. This deck is quite new to my collection, but it's beautiful. It's full of very strong, independent women that are definitely standing in their own power. You see on her pilgrimage, her quest. And the labyrinth. What else have we got here? The Fall, Sacred Marriage, The Return. This is such a beautiful deck. The Protector of the Wild, the Woman's Wisdom, the Keening Woman, the Voice of the Otherworld, the Initiator, the Pathmaker and Guide, the Story Carrier, Spiritual Nourishment, Strength and Endurance, the Maker of Visions, the Power of the Land. I mean, it's just shape-shifting. It's beautiful, isn't it? Such a lovely, lovely deck. So this is definitely a deck that I would go to if I wanted some encouragement to be strong and have a strong voice and courage. Okay, so the next prompt, number 5, is an anklet, which I have never owned in my life, to be honest. I've always thought that I had quite sturdy ankles, and I never thought that an anklet would suit me. So I've never had one. But this is a deck that makes you feel free and invites movement in your body and sensuality. And for that, I've chosen this beautiful deck, the lovely Tarot, which I received into my collection this year. It's a beautiful deck. I have yet to read with it properly, but I will do next year. It's not a winter deck. Look at these women in this deck. Look how soft and sensual this deck is. It's just beautiful. This is based around Hindu sort of traditions and chakras, and there's a lot of very flowy energy in this deck. It's lovely. Look how pretty these are. Look, the world. So pretty. The Lovers. It's gorgeous. The Empress. They're so soft and lovely, these cards. Look at that, look. The fairies around the flowers. It's just so gorgeous, this deck. I really, really love this deck. I can't wait to work with it next year, actually, when the weather is a bit better. And yeah, so that is the anklet, prompt number 5. So prompt number 6 is the charm bracelet. Again, I don't have a charm bracelet. Never had one. This is a deck that helps you tell a story that feels personal, expressive, and rich with symbols that reflect your journey. And I had to choose this one. It's Caroline Miss Archetype Cards. I've had this deck a long time, and if ever there is a deck that reflects my journey and is very personal to me, it is this. A long time ago, I used this deck to work out my own personal archetypes, and I used this with a lot of clients actually when I was working as well, and it's a fantastic deck actually for really getting to grips with your personality, with light and dark, and you know, because we tend to pigeonhole ourselves a bit really, don't we, and think that we're this and we're that, but we're actually many things. And this deck helped me to realise that my autism and my health problems weren't all that was me. You know, the negativity, the things that I felt held me back in life, you know, and this deck really helped me to realise that I was so much more than that. So I absolutely love this deck. I would really recommend it to anybody who's feeling a little bit stuck in their self-development. I think it's a great deck for that. So this is prompt number 6. Okay, so prompt number 7 is a cha-cha bracelet. And you know, I don't even really know what that is particularly. A deck that lifts your mood, that brings brightness, playfulness, or a sense of celebration. And I chose for this the Witch's Wisdom deck, which I still haven't finished edging. Look at that. Look, it's shocking, isn't it? This deck has got so much playfulness in it, so much of a feeling of celebration to me. You can see here the dancing, the drumming, the council of all the beings, the beautiful sun there, being out in the garden with all the animals and the children, all the deer charging around together, the bees buzzing. Oh, look, the fox, the Witch of Air dancing and whipping up energy, Priestess, the beautiful Empress, Rebirth there, the Witch of Water. And this is a tricky deck to use to read with because everything's kind of reversed and lots of names are changed, but I often use this as an oracle deck because I just love the artwork so much. I've got quite a bit of Danielle Barlow's artwork on my walls as well. I've bought some of her art pieces. But to me, this is just everything that is joyful and bright and brings out again that softer side of me, all of the nature and just all of that energy. It's such a lovely deck. I could just fill my home up with lots of these images, to be honest. So yeah, this is playful and cheerful and really does lift my mood. The Witch's Wisdom. So the next prompt is prayer beads, and you know, for the life of me I cannot find my mala beads. I have got some beautiful Tulsi mala beads and I just can't think where they are. I'm sure they're around somewhere. I've had them for many years. I don't use them very often. They're being one of my boxes or storage things somewhere. I just can't think. But anyway, this is a deck that invites devotion, whatever helps you to connect to a higher power. And for this, I chose the Soul's Journey lesson cards, which I absolutely love the colours. I love mandalas. I think these are fantastic cards for meditation. I've used them that way in the past. The keywords and the little sentences on them are brilliant. they will always bring you back to a healthy place if ever your mind starts to spiral and get into sort of self-destructive patterns. But I think more than anything, these are lovely images and affirmations really for meditation. And like I said, I have used them that way lots of times. Again, I have quite a few mandalas around my home. I absolutely love them. It's beautiful, isn't it? Look. As per usual, they're all round the wrong way. Look at that, look, the flower of life, which I've got down there. So gorgeous, so gorgeous. So prompt number 9 is a statement ring or piece. And I've chosen for this my flower of life pendant, which I often wear in the summer. And when I bought this, the woman that I bought it from said, this is really powerful and you can really feel the energy of this. Sometimes I have to take it off. It really does affect my heart chakra quite strongly. I can really feel it. So yeah, I don't really have a statement ring as such, but I have this beautiful pendant. Also, the Enneagram as well, which I do wear quite often. I love a pendant. So yeah, they're my beautiful bits of jewellery. And for the deck, this is a deck that makes you feel boldest or commands attention and confidence. And for this, I've chosen the Call of the Morrigan, which is such a bold deck, isn't it? Like fierce. Beautiful deck, really very fierce. I edged mine in black. I think I did. I don't think it was already edged. I have not worked with this a whole lot, but I have used it in some pairings, and the energy is incredibly fierce and strong. This deck doesn't pull any punches. It's a really good deck for women, I think. It's for women to feel in their power. Beautiful. I'm sorry, I hope you don't think that I'm rushing through all of this. It's just I'm expecting a shopping delivery and I was going to record this video afterwards, but the delivery is now delayed and I thought, I wonder if I've got time to do this before it comes. So I'm really worried that they're going to arrive while I'm in the middle of this video. But anyway, isn't it beautiful? The Call of the Morrigan, an extremely bold deck that does command attention. Okay, so the next prompt number 10, is an antique jewellery piece, a deck that helps reflect wisdom, history and depth. Well, I don't have anything that's like majorly antique, but what I thought I would show you is this little ring here, which my mum has given to me. It's a little Celtic ring with this jet, isn't it, that comes from Whitby in the UK, the place of Bram Stoker's Dracula story. So I'm pretty sure it's jet. And my mum gave this to me a couple of years ago, and it really hasn't come off my finger since. So to me, that reflects that history and that depth of relationship. And the deck that I've chosen for this is the Druidcraft Tarot deck, which might be a surprise. But again, I feel that this deck, I've had this deck a long time. I've worked with it a lot. I edged it. I've trimmed it. I love it. I rarely read for anybody else with this deck, actually, but I do for myself a fair bit. Oops, let's cover him up. There's a fair amount of nudity in this deck, I'm afraid. You know, this just does reflect tradition and my heritage and my country, the countryside, nature, and all the inherent wisdom within that culture. It's beautiful. And like I said, the fact that I've edged it and trimmed it, I trimmed the big borders off it. I feel like I've got a close bond with this deck, for sure. So yeah, that's the prompt number 10. So the last prompt was a bonus prompt, and it's a locket, and I don't have a locket. I never have had one. And this is something close to my heart that helps me explore my inner world with tenderness. And I've chosen the healing cards from Caroline Myss yet again. I very much like Caroline Myss. I think she's an extremely wise woman. This is a deck I've had for a long, long time. And it's very, very nurturing, very feminine, very soft, very nurturing, very gentle. You don't really need the guidebook. You have a message on the back and some keywords on the front. You know, like illness is not a punishment but a stimulant to life. Well, it doesn't always feel that way, but illness can be a teacher, companion or challenge, but not a punishment. Still, sometimes its message isn't clear. Ignore the illness, look for stimulation in the knowledge that you can heal in an instant. You know, and it's little messages and little affirmations like that really help me. And this is a very holistic deck. You know, we've got always leave some space within when you eat. Well, you know, as you get older, that's a very important lesson to learn. So I just find this very, very nurturing, very, very soft, very, very gentle. It's a beautiful deck. It's a nice deck to pull a card from every day and just reflect upon the message of it. It will always point you in the right direction. It will always tell you something helpful. It's lovely. So there we go. That is my Bling Your Decks. Thanks so much to Elizabeth for this lovely tag. Like I said, I hope you don't feel that I've rushed through it and rushed through the cards, but I've made it in about half an hour, haven't I? Which is not bad for me. I hope that you've enjoyed seeing all of my decks. I will put timestamps in so that you can look at what you want to, and I'll look forward to seeing everybody else's decks. So thanks for being here with me, sending you all my love, and I will see you again soon.